Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. Flagship station for MTSU Sports. The views and opinions on this show are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of WGNS, its management, other hosts, or advertisers.
You're listening to Simplicity Sunday with your host, Angela Bingham, broadcasting live on your Good Neighbor station, News Radio WGNS, every Sunday from 6 until 7 p.m. Thanks for tuning into the show, and remember, 1 hour of simplicity can change your life in Jesus Christ.
Our Simplicity family.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in with us once again. We want to say welcome to the month of June.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, June is a good month.
It's a wonderful month.
It is a wonderful month because that's when I was born.
Me too. Me Gemini.
What, June what?
14th.
Mine is June 10th. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We want to thank God for allowing us to have the radio show and just being able to, come here every Sunday at 6 p.m. and just being who we are.
Yes.
We're encouraging everybody, simplify your life.
Yes.
Get yourself together. Let God's purpose be working in your life 24/7.
Yeah.
I am your host, Angela Bingham, better known as Angie B, along with
Angela Ponder, better known as Angie Renee.
And people call us the Angies.
Yeah,
So
the
we we are so proud to be together. It was nothing but a
God
making
is
of
good.
God
Only
that
Him.
put us together.
That's right.
Put us together. And we're going to dive into some meaningful conversations that will uplift, that will inform you, and that will inspire you. I was inspired today just from people coming all over the country and the states rather, and to celebrate me.
Yes.
And I thought that was so beautiful. So you never know when you are in God's plan that people will put you aside and say, yes, we love you. But that's simply just being rooted in the love of Jesus
That's
Christ.
right. That's right.
And that is our mission for the show. And ladies and gentlemen, you will have to learn to let people love on us. That it's okay to sit down and to be celebrated. I'm learning. I'm learning.
Easier said than done.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
it
Yes,
is.
it is.
But it's
And-
beautiful.
Yes.
It's a beautiful experience.
Yeah. And with simplicity, you're going to experience through our conversations, we're going to have good conversation, and sometimes it's hard conversations, but we're going to have education involved, we're going to have revelation involved, celebration, and elevation.
Yeah.
And this is what we believe in for Simplicity Radio.
right.
Well, from the community impact that we have, the same thing. We want unity in the community, but it
Yes.
starts with you. You can't have unity without you.
That's right.
So now let's get, we're going to dive into this beautiful conversation, and Angie Renee is going to tell us who our special guest is. We're going to save a little bit of the show to talk about the blackout from last week, and then we're going to talk about the celebration for me. I want to thank the bona fide chef that we had.
My God, today.
Oh my, ooh, that food was so
You should have brought some
delicious.
with you.
I know it, girl. So we were rushing to get over it, and I'm going to go back to the
sleepy.
celebration. But I'm grateful to be thought of and to be well thought of.
Yes. Right.
When I die, I don't want people to say, I want to say, oh, she's gone. We're going to miss what she did. Well, if you die right today, will people miss you in the community? What impact did you leave?
Yeah.
If you love like Jesus, you're gonna leave an impact,
That's
Angie
right.
Renee.
That's
Because you
right.
always say Matthew 25.
25.
You got to be about God's business.
That's right.
Well, once again, Welcome, family. We love you. Thank you for tuning in. All right, I'm passing the torch to you, Angie Renee. Keep it lit.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another Simplicity Sunday broadcast, where we have honest conversations about the issues that impact our everyday lives.
Yes.
Today, we're tackling a topic that many people have experienced, but few have the courage to openly discuss, and that is toxic workplaces. From fear-based leadership and favoritism to workplace gossip, burnout, and the emotional toll of unhealthy work environments, we're exploring how toxic cultures affect employees, organizations, and communities. Joining us for this critical conversation is Ms. Shalonda Woods, a respected human resources professional and a workplace advocate with extensive experience helping organizations build stronger cultures and helping employees navigate workplace challenges. She brings valuable insight into what creates a healthy work environment, how to recognize toxic behaviors, and what both leaders and employees can do to foster workplaces built on trust, respect, and accountability. Absolutely. We're excited to have her here with this for this very timely discussion. Please join us in welcoming Ms. Shalonda Woods to the Simplicity Desk. Woo!
This is your round of applause.
Welcome.
We love you.
Thank you, ANA.
We are excited. I know I am personally excited about this conversation
Okay.
about toxic workplaces
Yes.
because I have experienced a toxic workplace before.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You had that experience.
Yeah. So before we get started,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do as far as your career, a little more detail, and what you do in the community.
Okay. Well, my name is Shalonda, and I go by Shay Woods.
Yeah.
And as Angie stated, I am a human resource professional. I have been in HR for 20 plus years, and currently I am I work on contracts. So I am a consultant. I'm an HR consultant for myself at the moment, and I just go into organizations and be their change management. So, or I am the person that goes in, say if your HR director goes on leave and they're gone for 3-4 months at a time, I come in and fill your spot of being the HR director. So currently that's what I do. I have been in Rutherford. I know majority of the people that come on your show are from Rutherford County. I am not, but I have been in Rutherford County for 9 years, and I have been an advocate in the community. I have served as a CASA volunteer, which is a voice and advocate for kids in foster care. I currently serve on the Rutherford County Juvenile Detention Board, and if you want to check me out, go to RCTV. Currently, I am a part of 3 nonprofit organizations where I sit on the executive board, which is with the NAACP, Delta Sigma Theta, and NPHC. So I am
You're a busy
doing
lady.
work in the community. I feel like that people are that's my calling.
Absolutely.
And so I enjoy helping others. And so that's also one of the reasons why I am running for a county commission of District 15, is because I feel like people deserve to have their voices heard, and they deserve for their decisions and their questions to be answered and for them to have a seat at the
Yes.
table. And so my career in HR is just that, making sure that voices are heard and people have seats at the table.
Oh, wonderful.
So that is me in a nutshell.
Can you tell us District 15, where does that start and stop?
Okay, so District 15, if you are at Sportscom, you will go as far north as the VA. Once you hit the VA, you've went too far. Coming back towards Sportscom, if you go to Clark, if you hit Donut Country, you went too far. As far west as, as far east as Sulphur Springs, and as far west as Pitts. So if you hit Oakland High School, you went too far.
Okay.
So that little square is all mine.
Okay.
And
Oh,
mine, because I'm claiming it.
That's right. Come on, man, 'cause that's how we speak on this show. That is awesome. So are we ready for the conversation?
Let's bring
yes,
it.
let's
All
bring it
right.
on.
All right. So, Shalonda, how would you define a toxic workplace, and how is it different from simply having a difficult boss or a stressful season at work?
They're totally two different things. Your boss is a one-person ordeal. That's a relationship between you and your boss. Seasonal instances is just that. It's seasonal, which means it's temporary. So, for example, if you are a CPA, we already know that tax season,
Right.
don't call you. We won't see you at family dinners. We're not going to see you at girls' night because it's that time of season. So those are heavy, stressful moments in time and work, but it does not mean that it's toxic. So toxic is when you have unhealthy behaviors. And sometimes you can have unhealthy behaviors throughout the organization so long that they become normal.
Yes.
And so sometimes people can't tell the difference between if it's unhealthy or not. And so for me, I feel like if you feel unsafe, unheard, unseen, and you feel like you're being discredited in some form, some way, you're being patronized, those are unhealthy behaviors. And so those can create a hostile work environment, which makes it toxic. But sometimes toxic can be relative. And I say that because what you may deem toxic, I may not.
Right.
If I come from a toxic family and we yell and we scream and we curse
Absolutely.
and we throw things at each other, if I got a boss who hollers and screams in meetings at me, it wouldn't faze me.
Right. That'll be your norm.
That would be my norm. But for someone else who grew up in an environment where they actually communicated, that would be a toxic work
Right.
environment for them. And so it depends on the person what the word toxic means.
You made a good point,
Yeah, absolutely.
because it is what you're used to. Because toxic to someone who has not been exposed to that environment is not toxic to someone who is exposed to it on a regular basis.
Right.
They don't see anything wrong with
They
it.
don't. And so we could be coworkers, and I can come to you complaining about the boss and how the boss is doing this and is disrespectful. And they're like, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" He's just passionate.
Yeah.
He's
That's
just trying to get the
them.
point across. He's just trying to motivate you to know he's disrespectful. So yeah,
Oh my goodness.
That is a very good point, because it's almost like the social awareness in the culture of your workplace. Do they even have, and this is just me asking,
okay.
do they have trainings, how to deal with the toxic workplace, from your own point of character? Because like you said, what's your norm? Like, to me, what would be toxic for me is when you don't appreciate me. You're not complimentary if the work gets done. Thank you for doing that. If
Right.
it needs to
Ooh.
be done, we need to talk. We have so long to do this. I'm going to put you, give you the plan, and then we'll do the plan of action. And if it's not met, then we can,
Yeah.
That, to me, that's a very respectful environment. But like some
Yeah.
people,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can thrive on that gunning kind of way of leadership. I do not like it at
No.
all.
And like I said, it's different for different people. But to answer your initial question, if you are at an organization that cares about their employees, then yes, there will be training. Because if you value your employees, then you
Absolutely.
value how they feel. Because if you value them, they will in turn value your organization.
Absolutely.
Right,
They will
right.
make you look good, a shining star.
Yes,
Now,
exactly.
yeah.
Leadership.
I always tell my managers, hire people smarter than you because they're going to make you
See,
look good.
That's right. That is very true.
I wonder if they even do that though.
Hire people that are smarter than them.
Because sometimes when we're in positions, we get egos.
Yes.
And so I always wonder about that.
It's a personal choice.
Yeah, if they're
Yeah.
inferior,
Yes.
they will not.
Right.
But
So if they carry
Yeah.
some insecurities,
Insecure, yeah.
they're not
Yeah,
going to hire
yeah.
somebody smarter than them.
Right. Because
Yeah.
they're worried about them taking their job.
Right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But that they were smart instead of insecure, then they would
Exactly.
and work off their talents. Yeah,
Yeah, because the more you get done more efficiently, that looks
Yeah.
good on the manager.
it does.
It does.
And everyone who knows how to do the work and everyone who's smart are not leaders. Because you have been in a position for X amount of years does not automatically mean that you know how to be a leader.
Right.
And so therefore, if you are in a good organization, they will prep you. There will be succession planning, and they will train you on how to be a leader.
Right. That's good. So, What are some of the earliest warning signs that a workplace culture is becoming toxic?
If the communication is unclear, if it's poor, if it's not everything, workplace relationships are just like your personal relationships. And so there has to be communication. And if
Right.
there is no communication and things are unclear, or the communication is being weaponized against you, it's being manipulative, it's being controlling, that is a sign tell. If there is no communication, that replaces transparency. Because if I'm not talking, I'm definitely not being transparent.
Right.
And if you're not transparent, guess what we do? We start making up stuff. And so now we got gossip. So now we got the town, the workplace gossip. And you know that one game you played when you were young, and you get in the line and the person in the back whispers something to
Oh,
the person, and it goes to the front, and then it's nothing gossip in the workplace. And so people start creating their own things. And if you notice that your high performers, the people who are the go-tos, they are your SMEs, your subject matter experts, when they start dialing back and becoming disengaged, that is a sign that something just ain't right here in this space. So, and if you pull up to your job, and as soon as you hit that parking lot, anxiety and anxiousness,
Yes.
and that dreadful feeling hits you, that is definitely the sign.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to pull in and park and just
Yes.
turn the music off and just breathe.
Or Sunday, you already
Yes.
anxious
Right,
because
right.
Monday's coming. So those are signs that is not the place for you.
So, and this question is for me also. Why do so many employees stay in toxic work environments longer than they should?
I'm going to answer what I think, and then I'm going to turn it back to you because you said you were in a toxic work environment. To me, there are many reasons, and they are self-related reasons. They're personal. Maybe I can't afford to. I can't afford to leave this job at this time and look for something else. Or, I'm the breadwinner of the family, and if my income is gone, then that affects my entire family. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe they pay so well, and they have, and this is what a lot of companies who have the toxic culture do. They pay you so well, they give you great employee benefits that keep you tied there, even though it's a toxic work environment. Because you can go somewhere else, but they're not going to pay you as well, and the benefits are not going to be as great. Or sometimes it's health insurance.
Absolutely.
Health insurance is expensive.
My God.
is.
Whew.
And so some people there are people who are retired to go back to work just so they could get health insurance.
Right.
And so that could be one of your reasons for staying. As well as, I've had people that said, I'm staying because we've built a family here. I really love working with the people I work with, which I understand, but I don't think I would stay for that. But I understand what they're saying because they spend the majority of their waking hours with these people at work, right? We're there for 9 hours. We got, an hour travel. So that's 10 hours out of our day. We spend more time with these people than we
Right.
spend with our spouses and with our children. And so I do get having a work family is extremely important to some people. But I always remind people, you don't come to work to make friends.
Come to work and
Say
make
that
money.
again.
You don't come to work to make friends.
Do you know I have lived that? And people want to, after work, they want to, be, let's go out, let's do this, da 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 da. And there's nothing wrong with that if
No,
that's
it's
what
not.
you want to do. But it's not a have to.
Right.
And I just wish people would understand
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
mental capacity.
They have reached your people
Come
limit.
on.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You said you were going to ask Angie
Yes.
Renee about your toxic situation and why did you stay longer than you should have?
Oh, I don't even know if you did stay. I'm just assuming.
did.
She
Okay.
did. Yeah,
I did.
Now God got her in a position where He purposed her.
Okay.
Hey.
Yes.
Share it. Share it.
Well, I got comfortable at the company despite the mistreatment. I'd been there, talked about family. I don't think I stayed for my family, but when I started applying, because here and there over the years while I was there, because it was the longest company I'd worked for, I would apply for jobs, but the pay was less than what I was making. So basically, I was, do I want to start over and make less money, or do I tough it out and hope and pray? 'Cause I prayed about it consistently. What I didn't know at the time was that that was not where God wanted me to be. So he made me uncomfortable intentionally so that I would get out, and I didn't. But yeah, I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to start over because I got uncomfortable. I knew the job. Some of it may have even been loyalty because at the time I was the only one who did what I did. And so I put the job ahead of what was best for me and mine.
Yeah.
And so I ended up, I never left, but they sold off our IT department to another company right after a huge project that we helped get crossed over. And so I got out, but I didn't get out by choice. So that's why I stayed. I stayed because I was comfortable and because of the pay, the fear of starting over. Yeah, there were a lot of things that caused me to just kind of sit tight.
And then when you're comfortable, like when you know your job backwards and forward and you're comfortable in that space, you know how to work the system too. And, you know, and so it gives you more lax. You become more lax. But God has a way.
Yes, he does.
He has a way. And if his way is to shut the whole thing down,
No.
And he
he
will.
will shut the whole thing down.
And you will start over.
And you won't have a choice.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Been there, done that.
Oh, and I think all of us have that in
Jesus.
common. And you know, I wanted to pause for the cause and say to everyone that I did not say this when I was doing the introduction, but I want to thank God for our producer, Connor. Connor. And Connor, he is a young man. I always say he's saved, he's handsome, he's fabulous, and he's semi-single, but he's taken, ladies.
That's
And
right.
we approve. But he believes in doing things in a spirit of excellence, and we just want to thank God for that.
Every day.
We want simplicity to be all over the
Yeah.
nation. And we're asking God to give us enlarged territories. And so I
Yes,
just wanted to
Lord.
say that. It was just on my heart to say. I wanted to ask you too, Shay, what does fear-driven leadership look like? And I know you were saying that in the workplace when you have the shouting and you know, people who they just have to be in control.
Yeah.
So what does that look like and how does it affect employees?
Well, it can look like many forms. It can look like intimidation. It can look like passive aggressiveness, unpredictability. It can look like public
Yes.
shaming, where you're in a meeting, you made one little mistake and they then blew it up in front of the whole
Yes.
masses of your department, and now everybody is looking at you like you did something wrong.
Right.
And what that causes is it makes you silent. And so if you're silent, then you're not being productive because you're not bringing new ideas. You're not even stating if there's a mistake. You're just going to let it ride because if you say something, then somebody's going to jump on you. And so you just you stay in your little department, you stay in your lane, and there's no collaboration. And as a company, you can't grow if people are not free to use their minds
Right.
and have ideas
Yes,
and collaborate
that's
with one
good.
another. And so it affects the company huge. And the company pays for it on the end.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's nothing like going into your workplace and being intimidated by your boss. That's a whole nother level of stress and anxiety on top of needing to get the work done every
Right.
day.
You know, there seems to be a trade-off, you know, like our comfortability and, you know, we stay because some people just have to. They have nowhere else to go. But it's almost there's a trade-off because stress is a killer. It's a silent killer in the inside of us, you know, like, and sometimes I wish I had enough money in the world to tell people, no, you go do your purpose, go do your mission.
My.
And what would it be? Because you will find that stress level literally being removed and not a shackle, you know,
Yeah.
to you. Especially like when you said you have the boss that, you know, rules with a iron
Yeah.
fist and all of these things that not really, my pet peeve is not really, you know, even giving accolades or giving compliments. And even in teaching, I always give a compliment. And if I give a correction, you know, because so many people are so quick to give corrections,
Right.
but they're not quick to give compliments, and I
They're
try to
not.
balance
They're
that
not.
out.
They're not. And
That's
if
good.
people don't have a place to thrive, then they just shrink.
Absolutely.
And then it becomes internal, and then it becomes mental, and then it becomes an illness, and it
Yes.
just snowballs into something else, all because you stayed at a place that didn't value you.
That value, ladies and gentlemen, we really need to get back valuing ourselves. So you teach people how to treat you. I asked God, I said, Lord, show me the way. When we were singing this song on the prayer breakfast yesterday, I give myself away. And I said, Lord, that really only works when it's time to be in that toxic, when you got toxic talk going on. Do you give yourself away to Jesus?
Gotta pray hard.
Gotta pray, gotta
Extra
pray.
hard,
And I
extra
thought
hard.
that was I thought that was just
Get the knee pads out.
Get
the
the
knee
knee
pads out.
pads. Some kneeology going on. When
my
it's time for
tongue.
us to take a break, and I'm getting used to this. I'm gonna quit saying that because we need to pause for the cause. And Angie Renee is going to tell us what is going on being busy in the borough.
All right. It's time to get informed and be a part of the conversation. Join Team Simplicity Radio and local leaders for a town hall meeting where we will discuss community news, issues, and updates together. We will feature an open forum, Q&A session, and community engagement. It's happening on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, June 9th, at 6 o'clock p.m. at Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, and that is 228 North Maple Street in Murfreesboro. Email us at teamsimplicityradio@yahoo.com for details, but we look forward to having you in the place to chat. Love Connection Ministries. Each and every Tuesday evening at 5 o'clock p.m., join the Love Connection Ministries and Team Tuesday at Oakland Restoration Church, located at 530 North Manny Avenue in Murfreesboro, as they sow seeds of love, compassion, and a hot meal to those in need, according to Matthew 25. Email us for contact and donation information. To God be the glory for his provision. Attention seed sowers. Simplicity Radio is looking for seed sowers to bless our ministry so that we can continue to provide support for people in the community who need it most. If you would like to partner with us in our endeavors, you can donate via Cash App at $Simplicity with Angie, and it's ANGIE, or you can email us at teamsimplicityradio@yahoo.com for additional information and payment options. Thank you in advance for supporting our initiative to help the Murfreesboro community. Simplicity Radio volunteers. We are looking to expand our Simplicity network and are in search of volunteers who are experienced in the areas of media and events. If this is you and you are able to lend your time and creativity to our ministry, email us. Now, happy birthdays. We want to wish a happy belated birthday to Taylor.
Yes.
Her birthday was on June 3rd. Taylor used to be on the show with us. Happy belated birthday, Taylor.
We love you, Taylor.
Yes, we do. We love you. And also on June 10th, we have my cousin Tamika Tomlin and also our very own Angie B. Woo! Happy birthday, happy upcoming birthday to both of you, and may God continue to richly bless each of you.
And then Shalonda Shay, June 20,
14.
June
Yeah,
14.
June 14th. Yes, happy pre-birthday.
Thank you.
Yes.
I take it all.
May
Take it
God
all.
bless
All month.
all of you
Oh,
June
my God.
babies.
Amen.
All right, about next week's show. Join Team Simplicity next Sunday as we host a show from our For the Community series entitled The Power of a Father's Voice with special guest Bishop Chris Johnson. Let's explore how a father's words, presence, and leadership help shape children through discipline, structure, consistency, and love, leaving a lasting impact on families and future generations. We will see you then for that conversation. Now back to tonight's Simplicity Sunday Talk topic, toxic workplaces, with special guest, Miss Shalonda Woods.
And even when we talk about toxic workplaces, this could be in the church. This can be
Anywhere.
It could be anywhere, And I do believe even in our homes. And like you said, when you come from a home, because your home makes the community, the community makes up wherever.
It's your first community.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we were talking about how can you tell and what does it look like, but how can constant changing expectations and moving. Sometimes you just don't know where you belong.
Right.
Because one minute you're doing okay, next minute the boss may come in with another attitude. And then next minute, how do you deal with that? What happens? How do you tolerate it? Or, do you ignore the disrespects? Someone being disrespectful to you, the disrespectful behavior in the workplace. I guess that's what we do if we keep coming. Or do you address it?
I'm the address type. I feel like
Can we talk?
I am one of the things I feel like if I haven't taught my kids anything, like you stated earlier, you have to teach people how to treat you.
That's
Yes.
And then when they don't, you disengage.
Ooh, that's good.
And so it's no different in the workplace.
Absolutely.
It's
I
no
got
different
Yeah.
in the church place.
Yes.
And it's no different in your friendships and in your your romantic relationships. They're all
Absolutely.
the same.
Yes.
So you still have to teach people how to treat you. And you can't teach them if you allow them to do certain things and you don't say anything, then pretty much people say I can't hear silence, but silence is loud.
Sure
Yeah,
is.
silence
Yes,
speaks,
it is.
yeah.
And
It's a
so
message.
if you remain silent in the place and people are harming you, then they don't know that they're harming you because you haven't said anything. So they continue to do it. There's nothing wrong with it. And then so when you say something like 5 years later about it, and they're like, well, you did it all this time. I thought you were okay with it. You never said anything.
Right.
So my thing is always to address it. Always have the conversation. Always have the conversation. Because one thing you're not going to be able to say to me is, you didn't know because I didn't tell you.
Absolutely. That's good.
Oh, that's real good. In any relationship or any circumstance that works.
It does.
Oh,
And you have to be your own advocate. Like, no one can speak for you better than you because no one feels what you feel.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like when you elaborate on the difference. You said workplace, church place, home place. Come over to my place. But I think that is very, very pertinent information because a lot of us, we do not know how to address and approach people. Sometimes we feel like we're stepping over our boundaries because in many homes, we don't address when something bothers us or my feelings got hurt.
And it festers.
It festers and it grows into something. And even with the Bible, when it says, don't even let the root of bitterness grow, anger can become a root of
True.
bitterness.
True.
And then next thing you know, this toxic on the inside and
Right.
toxic on the outside.
Yeah.
But in those families, like, for example, with children, not all children are allowed
Yes.
to voice their hurts and their issues. They're silenced.
Yeah.
If they're in an environment where they aren't given the opportunity to have a voice, then they're gonna grow up and that is what's gonna become them. And that's gonna be their norm. They're not gonna know how to communicate and how to voice because they were never allowed.
True.
Just do as I do. Do as I say,
Do as I
rather.
say,
And
not
then
as
hopefully
I do.
you run into an employee before I became HR like me who just voices all the opinions all the time.
They
And
like
so,
to see you.
I speak for the people who don't have the voice. If I see something, I say something. And so, because I was raised in a family where I did have a voice, and my emotions did matter, and so if it mattered when I was a kid, it gotta matter now that I'm an adult,
It's
right?
healthy.
So yeah,
It's healthy.
and so yeah, I am aware that there are those people, and if you have a good HR department, and a lot of people look at HR as being the bad, but HR is not supposed to be the bad. They're supposed to be the middle. They're the middle lane between the people and the people being the employees and the owners and the CFOs and the CEOs and the COOs. They're the gap. They're the bridge. So yes, they have to have the business mindset, but they also have to remind the people who are only looking at profits and dollars about the value of the people as to
Absolutely.
why they have those values, those values on those dollars and that profit. And so I'm just a reminder. I remind you the value of the people that you have.
And I want to go back to what you said inside of your home and how you were raised. My mom, bless her soul, I love her dearly. She passed away in September of last year. But one thing she told us, and she drilled it into us, that people are more important than things.
Yes.
And that has been the center of my source of how I approach people. And how do we make a difference with people like you? I think God placed you there, you know, as that buffer to not only be the voice, but train them how to have a voice.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you've done well with that?
I don't know if my bosses at the time will say the same. I don't know if they
We
would
gotta
say the
send them
same.
the show.
I don't know if they would say the same, but it has steered me to this particular role, right?
Yeah.
It has steered me into the HR realm, and I feel comfortable in this space.
That's good.
Like, this is the career that was for me. So it gives me the power of both worlds, so to speak. So I enjoy it.
So, what happens when leadership tolerates or ignores disrespectful behavior in the workplace? For example, I once saw someone, she was teacher's pet, and she was very disrespectful to the VP. Like, the VP would say something, and she was like, "But that's not right," in the middle of a meeting of all leadership. And this person did that often, and this person was allowed to do it with both management, leadership, and the staff. So what happens when that's allowed or tolerated?
Well, what leaders allow, they teach. And so if they allow disrespect, if they allow rudeness, if they allow bullying, they're teaching that that is okay in this environment. And that creates a toxic culture. And it makes it impossible for your thrivers to stay there. And then you start getting the turnaround, the high turnover, where you got people leaving. And you're not understanding why the people are leaving.
Wow.
Because you're not willing to pull back the covers and get rid of certain people or have tough conversations with certain people.
And then they keep promoting that cancerous person.
And sometimes when that happens, they allow the toxic people to take control.
Yes.
And I think sometimes it's because some managers, I'm trying to say this nicely, some people who are promoted to managers are not managed material.
No.
And if they were never trained on how to be managers, it makes it difficult for them. And so when they deal with difficult people or bullies or things of that nature, they feel intimidated, even though they're the manager. And so they don't know how to address it. So they just promote it. And maybe they give it to another department instead of handling the issue.
And the bullying
Continues. And the bullying continues because it's never addressed. And now it becomes the culture. And if it's okay for her to do it, then it's okay for me to do it too. And then it just becomes a thing.
That's good. That's good. I asked that question because I've seen someone be that way in an environment.
So was that manager a manager? Like, did you feel like they were a
eventually
leader?
was promoted to one, but she was very hateful, and she talked down to everyone. But she knew that she had the executive team in her back pocket, and because of that, she would talk crazy to people, and basically she walked around like she was already the boss before she was even one.
Gotcha.
She was the go-to, and they listened to her perspective on employees.
And like you said, because that was allowed.
It was allowed, yeah.
The Bible says when the righteous rule, people rejoice. And I do believe that when you have a respectful attitude, your character is very well known as being fair, being, do the things that that will bring people to their best work ethic.
Yeah.
How can the blame culture, what is that? The blame culture, and why is it so damaging to an organization? Because when you are the type of person that you say that you can address it or you recognize it. But the blame culture is, they're the people who will never admit I've done wrong or I've allowed something that I should have nipped it in the bud, so to speak.
So to me, I think the blame culture is finding like a scapegoat.
Absolutely.
And it's not about finding the solution of the problem. It's more about blaming someone for the problem. Because if I have to deal with the solution, then that means I have to do work. But if I just blame one person by it, it's their fault, and then we just keep it moving.
Effort, yes.
Wow. So I want to get back to the toxic person in the workplace. Let's circle back real quick. So it was favoritism. Okay. So how does favoritism affect the workplace morale, trust, and retention? Well, you've addressed retention, but how does it affect the morale and the trust of the other employees? Because they know they see it going on.
Okay. So I don't think people expect perfection, right? But we do expect to work in an environment that's fair. And employees pay attention. They look at the small things.
Yes.
And so the favoritism could be something as small as Susie comes in late, nobody says anything. Lisa comes in late, she got rolled up. And so the talk starts. And did you see? Did you know? Psst, 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 psst. Right? And so when those kind of things happen, it's like you start to not be willing to put yourself out there anymore. You kind of become withdrawn. You do the bare minimum to get the paycheck. And you don't go over and beyond, and you don't extend yourself. So you're losing out on innovation and things of that nature because somebody is being, even if it's not true, and it's the perception that the favoritism is still there, it still causes the rift.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so you have to, my thing in HR is I'm the same no matter who you are. I'm very black and white. And so when managers come to me, my thing is, are you black and white? You need to be black and white all the time. If somebody coming in late is a disciplinary action, somebody coming in late is a disciplinary action. I don't care who it is.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. I don't care if it's our best employee. We still have to address the situations. And so when employees come to me complaining about things that are not fair or the favoritism, I do have conversations, especially if it's multiple employees coming to me. So that's multiple people feeling that way, not just one person. And so it is something that they're giving off, and they could be giving it off and not intended. I mean, we're going to have favorite people. Like, you're going to have people that you enjoy working with, and then there are going to be people that you don't enjoy working with. And you might smile a little more with the person that you like working with than the person that you don't like working with, but you still get the job done.
Right.
And so the issue is not having somebody that's your favorite that you like to work with. It's when there's a discrepancy in how you treat the people in which you work with.
There's a balance.
There's balance.
And I think management needs to find that balance
And they need to stop making their employees their friends. Because when your employee becomes your friend, then you don't know how to draw the line.
Yes.
Right.
And
That's it. Taking trips together and then coming back to the workplace.
And not knowing how to separate it. Yeah.
Because really you've crossed the line.
Right.
It's too late. You're leaving the country together. You've crossed the line.
So
well sometimes, because I will say there are some people in the workplace that I really enjoy being around, and then we've developed a friendship. But what we do, we respect one another in the position, and if something has to be spoken about or disciplinary action has to be taken, we respect one another to still respect the workplace. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. I'm not saying it can't happen and it can't work. It can work, but you got to be able to communicate. And you yourself, as the manager, have to know how to draw the line. Set the boundaries.
Set the boundaries. That's the word I wanted. The boundaries.
Yeah.
How can our listeners protect themselves when they know that they're in a toxic work environment? What are some steps or what are some actions that they could take?
Number one, number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is to document. Document any and everything. For example, if I'm going into a meeting with my boss and we have a meeting, when I leave that meeting, I'm sending an email per our conversation so that I understand this is what you're asking me to do. Because
Okay,
it's
that's
a face to face. It's no trail on that, right? So I'm going to create a trail, and so I create. And once you keep doing it, they're going to know what you're starting to do, and then so sometimes it creates them to be different with you, because they know you're going to document it and send it back to them.
That's good.
I've even had one guy where I felt like he played favoritism in the way he structured the work. And so what I would do with him was I would take my phone, and this is me as an employee, not me as telling, another manager. And I would record I said, I hope you don't mind. I want to record this conversation. And the man, as soon as I hit record on that phone, the manner in which he spoke to me, his tone changes.
Yeah.
And so when there was no recording, you talk sideways. But when I record you, now we're professional. So now I know what I need to do every time I speak with you. I need to say, I'm recording this. I hope you don't mind if I record this conversation. There are ways, but to me, the most thing is to document everything. Document incidents, document conversations, keep track of your emails, and have that trail ready. Take the trail to their boss. Take it to HR, like if you're feeling some type of way about it. You can't change people. People can only change themselves.
That's right.
And you're only responsible for you. And so you have to do the things that protect you. And make sure you keep your resume updated, because you may have to just get on up out of there.
I recommend every 6 months on the resume. If you learn a new skill, you get a new certification. It's amazing how many people go years and they don't update their resume.
Yep.
And then they've got to try to forget. Yeah, you try to remember what you've done. And a lot of the skill sets are important, but you won't remember them if you don't update them often. So I update mine every 6 months.
Or if you're not documenting, because that documentation that you're taking can also save you in a review. Like if you're having your performance review with your boss and they're talking about what all you've done that year and what you've brought to the table. If you don't remember, you think they're going to remember? Like they have other people as well. So they're not going to remember everything that you did as an individual. And so sometimes you have to remind them, remember, I was the lead on this. I did this on this project. I did this on. So that helps you as well. It's not just something for you to use as protection against someone for harm. It's to help you, period. Right. It's not about, even if you have great relationship, you can still document.
I like that, because usually people will tell you document when things are going in the
bad,
negative.
but you do it for yourself too, especially for your performance reviews.
I'm big on documentation. I have notes in my phone where I document it, because you need to be able to show where you added value. You can't just list the project. How did you add value to the project? So that's very important. Document, everyone. Document.
Document. And that's
Once,
the message
twice,
for me.
3 times.
And update their resume.
Right.
And keep your
your
networking open. Like you never know who knows who and who can get you a gig somewhere else, or where your skills would be better, utilized at. So.
And Shay, remind us once again, you're running for District
15 County Commission here in Rutherford County.
Yes.
Get to the polls.
Get to the polls. Early voting starts July the 17th through August the 1st, and Election Day is August the 6th. And we just need the people to get out.
Yes.
Tennessee is in 51st place. It's only 50 states. How you get in 51st place? Tennessee is in 51st place when it comes to voting. Like, we're dead last. Like, we need to do something about that. We have to use our voices at the polls.
Yes, and you all come out to the town hall meeting once again this Tuesday at 6 p.m. and it will be at Mount Zion Church, and that is at 228 North Maple, and that is in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We thank Dr. Jerry Marable for hosting
Yes,
this.
yes. Thank you,
Please
Dr.
tell
Marable.
your friends, tell your neighbors, your enemies, your frenemies, your foes. It's time to build the village back
Yes.
and know what's going on, and then holding those in position that we voted for, holding that accountability
Yeah.
piece, because we need to know that we're all working together for the better of our community, and not only for our community but for our children. It's an open network,
That's right.
and we have to work it in order for it to be best for all.
And everything, the decisions we make now will affect our children
Absolutely.
in the future. So
Yes,
True.
yes.
That's true.
And Angie Renee, would you please give us a last minute on how to stay connected with Simplicity?
Absolutely. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Simplicity Radio, and on Facebook at Simplicity Sunday on WGNS. You can also listen to us in podcast format on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeart, and Amazon Music streaming services. Just search Simplicity Sunday.
Yes. And I just wanted to once again thank everyone for tuning in and listening.
Yes.
We believe that you are our family, and when God enlarges our territory, we take you with us. And if you're not supposed to belong in that position or that space, then God will allow you to stay at the down at the mountain while we climb up the mountain. But either way, just thank you. And I want to
Amen.
thank again the people that took time out to say happy birthday to me.
Yes.
Friends came from all over, and Chef Tima.
My God.
Chef Tima Brooks. She's a traveling traveling chef, and I tell you, every course was layer on top of
Oh, my
layer,
goodness.
pure flavor goodness.
Yeah, and I feel some type of way.
Honey girl, I gotta invite you to the next one.
Yes. Oh, it was so good.
It was so good. I'm gonna head back over there to get the cake and the last course.
Yeah, I need the last course. I may come
Yes,
with you.
come
I need
on,
my
come
last
on, because
course.
they said they would save it until we got
Ooh,
back.
yes, okay.
And I want to thank Michelle Gibson. She's one of my best friends, and she said, "Angela, you're always doing something for everybody
you
else.
are,
We
yeah.
want to celebrate
Beautiful.
you."
It was such a beautiful time.
It,
Oh,
it
my
was,
goodness.
and I cried all my makeup off. I didn't have time to even for
Get
the
to rush
show
over here.
for the rush hour.
You look good. You look good over
Thank
there.
you, thank you, thank you. I received that. And then my friend, we just met, but you know how God will put people in your life
Yeah.
that you feel like you've known a lifetime because there's a spiritual connection.
Yep.
And these are the friends I want in my life now.
bless
It's not about what you have. It's not about who you know. This is, can we trust each other? You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
And so it was Renee. She came from all the way from Florida and surprised me.
Oh.
And so
But
when
that's a testament to you and who you
Yes,
are as
yes.
a person, that people will stop and pause their life to
Oh
come
my
celebrate
God,
you.
Don't make me cry on the show, girl.
Okay, I'll stop.
But it was so beautiful, and some of my the people who meant a lot to me, they were there. Just a small nest, but I'm gonna have something later where what do you call the family reunion type?
Okay.
Where everybody can come and celebrate. But once again, to hear my own sisters, say good things about you. And when your family can say good things about you, they know you. You know
you.
Yes, yes. And then Angie Renee comes up and talks, and then I'm just all
Just
over the place,
boo-hooing.
tears.
Just boo-hooing.
Yes.
Just boo-hooing.
But I'm so grateful. I am so grateful, and I thank God for giving me life and life more abundantly. And they had a theme, the best is yet to come, and we're
Yes.
proud of you.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, Shay, the best is yet to come to
Yes,
you. I'm
indeed.
proud of you.
Thank
to
you.
get to know you on a more personal level and know what you do. And I think if we give people time to share their stories,
Yes.
and when you might be a guest on Simplicity, because that's how we become a community.
That's
When
right.
I know you, and then I began to have a respect for you and want you to succeed
Yes.
even greater.
Thank you.
And I think when we develop that in this community that we're in, the people, you think people rushing to Murfreesboro now.
Yeah.
When they feel that camaraderie and that connection, because we're truly a community that wants everyone to succeed. And my thing again, if you meet the need, we all succeed.
succeed.
And I want to say this, and I hate to say it every time. We are not out of talk, but we are out of time. Oh my goodness. And one day God is going to help us do that too. I want a 24-hour radio station. We want that with Simplicity.
Okay.
Simplicity
Think
Network.
big. Make it happen.
Yes, yes.
on,
Ephesians
God.
Make it happen.
3:20. Ephesians 3:20. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and our family, we want to thank you for everything.
Yes, thank
Every time
you.
you listen to us, share the YouTube. Share,
Yes, please. Please share the YouTube. Please share it. Not just the live on Facebook, but share the YouTube. The title of today's show again is Toxic Workplaces. Look us up. We look
And-
forward to hearing from you.
Yes, we do. And we're saying to you, let's go ahead and do a health tip real quick. A health tip this time is get plenty of sleep.
Okay.
Sleep
Is important.
is important because sleep helps to repair your body, your mind, your spirit.
True.
And then next week we'll have a health tip at the beginning because we want you to simplify your life.
That's right.
And that is from beginning to ending every day. And not only for when we have the show, and I coined a little phrase, simplicity is not for sometimes. Simplicity is for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Good night, and we'll
Good
see
night.
you next Sunday.
Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, thank you, Shay. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you, Connor.